Right now, yeah.
We're in it.
Yeah, what you gotta say?
5 things we hate about the 135 mile platform right now. Right?
Yeah.
Not later,
Yeah.
not tomorrow, not tonight. Right now. We're gonna talk about why I hate this car, alright? Welcome back to another YouTube video. You guys saw the last one. I'm wearing the same thing. What of it? You guys are gonna tell me nothing. I love you. I'm just kidding. I won't talk bad about you. Don't talk bad about me. Don't hurt my feelings. This car already hurts my feelings a lot. Let's get into it. For starters, the amount of maintenance you need to do to an N54 before you can throw power at it is unbelievable. Let me tell you, I had to change my injectors. I had to change my coil packs 2 times, I believe. Typical stuff like spark plugs, obviously 2 steps colder because fast guy. On top of that, I have my water pump, thermostat. It's a mess. So as far as number 1, it would be the maintenance you have to do before thrhrowing power at the 135i chassis and 54 platforms as a whole. Now, just to add to what I was talking about, you also have to change the valve cover gasket, which is a very long job. Point number 2. Can you tell me what that is, Julius?
What are we looking at? Oh, hold on. Let me turn up my brightness real quick. That?
Yes.
That's your oil.
Yeah, my oil filter. Okay, so within that, there is an oil filter housing gasket. Now, for those of you who don't know this is something very, very important to change. When you notice that thing start to leak, get it fixed immediately. Don't think, oh, it's just a small leak. I'm just gonna drive my car and I'll worry about it later. Here's why. When you don't change that, what happens is oil starts to slip down and eventually it gets on your serpentine belt. What happens when oil gets on your serpentine belt? Julius, what does it do? What does it do?
It do what it
Wrong! But let me just back this up and say something real quick, all right? I was told to get that finished and done. I was told that I just need to get that fixed. So I did that. I went to a shop. I asked them to change my oil filter housing gasket as well as some injectors. We're not gonna name shops. I'm not gonna beef anybody. Bottom line, I came to find out none of it was changed. I got 1 injector replaced. The rest were all the same. So I had 5 Index 11 injectors and 1 Index 12. Index 12s are the upgraded injectors from factory that you're supposed to get. It just helps with a lot of the misfiring issues that these have. We're gonna get into that in point number 3. The shop didn't change my oil filter housing gasket. I drove the car. I was on a cruise. Oil slipped onto my serpentine belt. My serpentine belt slipped off of the pulleys, went straight into my engine, got shredded up, and the thing just died out of nowhere. I was sitting there. I was like, oh no, like what happened? Thankfully, I have very, very good friends at Precision Dynamics Motorsport who took very, very good care of me. They told me my engine could have potentially been just done. They literally had to rip the engine out, basically take all the shards of serpentine belt, rip it out of the engine, clean it all up, make sure that there was no small pieces. I mean, it was just a whole mess and a headache, and the car was gone for such a long time. It was a very expensive job. Nonetheless, they hooked me up. They helped me out a bunch, so big thank you to them. But that leads me back to always change your oil filter housing gasket if you notice a leak, because it will slip onto the belt. The belt will slip off and it'll potentially go straight into your engine and cause a blowout. Point number 3 of why we dislike the N54 engine. Misfiring issues. I can't tell you how many times this car is misfired and I've had to start and restart this thing in the middle of traffic, in the middle of going 80 miles an hour, in the middle of Mexico runs. I catch a break. I maybe get like 1 good pull-in out of like 69. I'm so mad right now. Let me just take a 5. I'm so mad right now. I'm amped. Okay, let's be a little professional. This car misfires so much. That's why BMW decided to make Index 12 injectors to replace Index 11s. The Index 11s just have a lot of issues, and that's why they, you know, did the whole, what's the word when they like reinvent something? Revamp? No.
Refurbish.
No.
Remaster.
Basically,
Renovate.
Right? Renovate. They fixed the issue and made Index 12s, and now the car still misfires. So the misfiring issues on this car are absolutely brutal, terrible, disgusting. I'm so mad right now. Point number 4.
Slam poetry.
Slam poetry. Yelling. Anger. N54. Mad. Terrible car. So reason number 4 is the amount of electrical issues this car had. Now, I don't know if it's across the board. I'm sure it is. I've seen forums a ton about, you know, electrical issues with this, but specifically my car, whatever, sure, you want to just be a to me? Go for it. Die all the time and just not start. Sorry, I burped. Oh man, that tastes like chorizo. I like it. The amount of electrical issues I've had with this vehicle, specifically just very recently, has been just so expensive to fix. And again, I'm going to put this back on Precision Dynamics. You guys are wonderful and saved me so much money. You have no idea, you guys. Please, please, please go give them a follow because they have done everything for me to help me with this car, and it is running. It is doing well. It's ready for fast boy parts. So big thank you to them. But that's besides the point right now. I have had to change everything electrical besides the chassis and the engine harness, basically. That is insane. That's nuts. You know how expensive that is? You know how much work that was for Precision Dynamics to have to do? It's unfathomable. But I did it. We did it. I didn't do it. They did it. Are you kidding me? I didn't do anything. They did it. But I went through it, and I had my car sit for like 6 months, basically. We'd replaced like one part, right? And it was like almost like a grounding issue. It was blowing fuses on my battery distribution box quite a bit. And so we replaced everything to try to figure out this issue. We couldn't figure it out. Finally, we found out that the battery itself had really low voltage. So we switched that out, as well as all the other parts that we changed. This thing's running fantastic now, so I'm super happy about that. But nonetheless, reason number 4 is the amount of electrical issues BMWs in general have, but specifically N54s in my car. The last thing that I really dislike about this car, there are ways to get rid of this issue, but from factory, this car overheats a lot. I even have a 5-inch intercooler on the car. I have a Evolution Raceworks 5-inch intercooler. It's supposed to help with cooling, whatever. And it's only really when you romp on it and you beat it up a bunch. And let me tell you.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
Like that. I beat it up, all right?
Pause.
I beat it up, so it overheats a lot because I'm an idiot. Anyway, I do romp on the car a bunch. I abuse the crap out of this thing, so yes, that is call for some issues. Whatever, nothing's perfect, but it does have overheating issues, and I noticed that a bunch now. My buddy Ozlon did tell me there is something that I could get from the company Hard Motorsport. It's something to do with like the oil cooling and a couple other things to keep me at way lower temps. I have yet to buy that, but I'm going to purchase that part soon. In fact, I can link that part in the description if you guys ever are looking to have cooler temps in your N54 and you guys want to run around like less than 250. I'm hoping that when I do the 7.5-inch race intercooler from the RSF and get this Hard Motorsport oil cooling, I gotta, 1 second. It is the low oil temp thermostat from Hard Motorsport. Apparently that's something a lot of the N54 guys do to cool the car down and make sure that everything is running at good temperatures. So if you guys didn't know that, make sure you go to Hard Motorsport and get the low oil temp thermostat. I still have yet to do it, but I'm gonna do it soon. That pretty much wraps it up. I mean, other than how much it costs to build these cars, you know, it's pretty expensive, but I think you have to have that mindset going into it if you are going to purchase BMW or any German car, really. Audi, Mercedes, and you name it. Porsche especially. Oh my gosh, man can only dream. All right, 992 Turbo S. I'm telling you. Regardless, guys, I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching 5 reasons why I hate my 2009 BMW 135i. If you guys enjoy content like this, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Otherwise, we're gonna have a serious problem. And make sure you hit those bell notifications so you guys never miss a posting. All right? I love all of you. I wanna kiss you all on the forehead. Give you a big old hug, take you for rides in my car when it's done. Can like upgrade your axles. Be fast. Excited. See you guys on the next YouTube video. Peace.
Usually doesn't curse. I keep it 1,000. Has had a million now.